World. All right. Well, good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. It is just about to turn 9 o'clock. We are here for our regularly scheduled Karnes County Commissioners Court meeting. We have a quorum present. Nobody is absent. Let's stand for our prayer and pledge, and we'll get started. Lord, as we journey through life's trials, grant us the strength and resilience to endure. Help us to lean on you when we feel weak, all from your endless well of grace. May we find comfort in your promises and be reminded that we are never alone. Father, grant us the strength to face our challenges with faith and courage. Help us to trust in your timing and to remain steadfast in our hope. In your name we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Ms. Sweezy, Ms. Liao, do we have anybody signed up to speak this morning? No. We do not? Okay. Item number 6, then it's going to be to acknowledge Fernando Rios III to be added as a reserve deputy constable for precinct number 1. Chief Salas, you want to say any kind words?
Just that Fernando has 30 years of experience and he's going to be an asset to the Precinct 1 Constable's Office.
Absolutely.
So with your permission, we'd like to have him acknowledged as the Constable of Precinct 1. Deputy Constable.
It is acknowledged.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, item number 7 is acknowledge Sheriff's Department 2025 Community Easter Egg Hunt Donation List. It is a long list. Sheriff's going to read them.
Yes, sir. Good morning. The Easter egg hunt was a success, and we'd like to let everybody know who donated. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Miranda. I am the admin assistant for Sheriff Bailey. Starting off on the list, we have Beasley's. They donated 5 extra large bags of candy. We have Karnes County Toys for Tots donating a few bikes for the raffle. We had Rose with Old 181 Wrecker Service. They donated 5 extra large bags of candy, a boy scooter, 5 150 count of plates, 3 300 count of napkins, a girl's scooter, and a check for $200. HEB donated a $100 value of cookies that equaled out to 360 count. Profield Services donated 5 empty baskets, 1 boy pre-filled gift Easter basket, 1 girl pre-filled Easter basket, 2 cases of soft drinks, 3 large bags of pre-filled Easter eggs. Partners Barbecue donated 500 hot dog buns. Runge Fire Department donated 500 weenies for the hot dogs. Alamo Lumber donated 2 gel blaster kits. Jason Segura donated his DJ entertainment. Daphne Chamoys donated her snow cones. Chamber of Commerce donated a $100 value of candy and volunteered time to stuff eggs and helped hide the eggs at the event. Commissioner James Rosales and Lupe Rosales donated $1,000 cash. Alexander Ford donated 3 baskets of pre-filled Easter eggs. Karen with Jericho Ranch RV donated 5 pre-filled Easter baskets. Amy Medrano with H&S Constructors donated $200 Visa gift card. Lucille Smith donated plastic Easter eggs, that were empty. Karnes Electric donated a $400 check. Walmart and Kennedy donated a $95 gift card. Trina the Wax Savvy donated 2 cases of Capri Suns, 2 cases of water, 4 bags of candy, and her daughter spent 2.5 hours at the sheriff's office filling eggs. Between county employees at the sheriff's office and Jamie Liao with the county clerk's office, we were able to donate and put together 2 toddler bikes. The Karnes City High School High Steppers and cheerleaders donated time filling Easter eggs. Olivia Ramirez donated time filling Easter eggs. Eagle Ford donated prizes, candy, eggs, and baskets. Karnes County National Bank donated 20 pre-filled Easter baskets and the chili and cheese for the hot dogs. Karnes City Lions Club donated a $200 check. Melissa Malik with the Karnes County National Bank donated cans of chili and cheese and pre-filled Easter baskets and gifts. United Rentals donated candy and party favors for the eggs. Jericho RV Park donated $100. Veronica and Kevin Butler donated multiple bags of candy. Stacy Hawkes and Alice Cano donated candy, pre-filled eggs, and empty eggs. The Adult Probation Office donated candy, pre-filled eggs, and empty eggs. Big B and the owner of Karnes City Lodge, Neil, donated 250 Easter bags with business cards. Kennedy Fire Department donated 104 buns and 108 weenies for the hot dogs. The city of Karnes City donated their table set up with goodie bags at the event. I myself donated an 80 count of toys, of squishy toys to fill the eggs. The Kennedy Police Department donated their table set up with candy to give out at the event. Denise Hans let us use her cooking appliance. The Karnes City Methodist Church let us use their cooking appliances. Canines for Christ set up a table with goodies at the event. Kennedy Police Department allowed us the use of their drone for the event. Caleb Martinez volunteered his time in the Easter Bunny suit. Otto Kaiser Memorial Hospital donated the Easter Bunny suit for use of the event. Trent Enriquez with Precinct 3 office donated Easter baskets and pre-filled eggs, and the Flower Shop in Kennedy donated multiple boxes of cupcakes, cookies, and danishes.
Thank you. It was a great event. It went off very well.
The staff did really good.
Yeah.
I appreciate them.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sheriff, for putting all that together.
It was,
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
I know my little girl had a blast. I think she's still on a sugar high from all the candy that she got from all of that. So, thank you. It was a great event. Item number 8, discuss, approve, disapprove contract from Thomas Reuters, Clear. Clear is an investigative tool that will be used at the sheriff's office. Sheriff, you want to talk about that a little more?
Clear is like an analytic data collection on suspect information to help solve crimes in the county. It's the amount that's on there is for the remainder of this year and into next year, and we do currently have a budget for that.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Sheriff and I, when he approached me about it, it's a great tool that they'll be able to use to continue doing what we do over there.
What does it do?
It collects data on criminals, like if you had an analyst, it gives you all the data, like what vehicles they drive, or anything that's digital out there, you can find it.
Sheriff, this is a subscription service, is that accurate? It's not like we're buying hardware, correct? We're just subscribing to a service someone's providing?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Is this a subscription service we are subscribing to? Someone else is providing us the data, we're not buying any hardware that goes with this?
Oh, that's correct, yes, sir.
Okay. And I didn't have a cost breakdown in my agenda packet. How much is this?
Let's see, on Clear.
I don't remember off the top of my head. Scott, do you remember with like 12 or
No, I
15?
have ERAD, but I don't have the Clear in front of me. It was around 6,000 if I remember correctly, ish.
A year or a month?
That's for the remainder of this budget and into next year. But I can get you that. I have ERAD here.
I'll make the motion to approve item number 8 as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, discuss, approve, disapprove the contract regarding ERAD. This is a data collection investigative tool for the sheriff's office. Sheriff Bailey.
Yes, so this is also another tool similar, but this collects cell phone data, say at a site where something were stolen. And it also reads data on barcodes. So if you had an unknown gift card or whatever, it actually will tell you what's on the gift card, an amount, or if there's anything at all, or any information that people do store hidden information on these things, such as like key cards and stuff like that. And on this one, I do have the figures for you. So first year license for up to 30 users is $89.25, and annual renewal after that is $59.50.
$59.50.
No, sir. 8,925, and then after that, it's 5,950.
Sheriff, I get uncomfortable with data collection devices, and I've heard a lot of bad stories that happen, and I understand it's a useful tool, just don't know how far down the rabbit hole we need to go. Now, these services are just subscribing to something that's already out there. So I guess as long as we're not helping build a bigger infrastructure to collect more data on our citizens, I'm okay with it, but
Yeah, it's not used for that. It's used for when you have a crime and you're investigating that crime. It's not for just gathering information on citizens.
as long as it's used in the right hands, though, correctly.
That is correct.
And again, what does this do again?
The ERAD, so if you have a crime in a certain area, I don't want to get too far in the weeds because you give all the secrets away, okay? But if you have a crime in a certain area, we can envelope that, and I can tell which phone was in that area. And then also, like we did some raids yesterday, and we found a bunch of cards. There's no reason for the cards to be there. There's probably something on the cards. I'll be able to read them with this system.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's basically a filing cabinet that you break down and put in specific little things. that
Yeah,
you don't pull it.
again, it's just another tool for data collection and investigative tool.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to approve item number 9 as presented.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion from the court? If not, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, discuss, approve, disapprove pipeline abandonment request from Repsol Services Company, parentheses 1, and then that is a 3-inch fiber spar line under County Road 125. Jim?
Yes, sir. Morning, Court. We've been presented with the pipeline abandonment request to Repsol. This is a line that's approximately 8 to 10 years old. And the facility that it's supplying, which is the Evangeline and Escondido Creek tie-in, they're no longer going to be supplying back and forth. So it's an undersized line. They requested to abandon that line. Any questions on?
Does it run in a, like a dedicated easement with any other fiber or anything?
We don't show anything.
Okay.
Next to it, not within 5 feet of it. Okay. And I talked to the rep on that pipeline rep, because this one's just a single line, a fiber spar that was replaced probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
So the old pipeline, they replaced with fiber spar, which is a lot of what's happening right now. Fiber spar is a poly approved line to keep from corroding. So, and this is Repsol. This was the old Barracuda, so this facility was owned by Barracuda Oil and Gas back in the day, and they're starting to get rid of them. And there is a description of how they abandon it in your packet, and it'll be left in place.
Okay.
When these lines are left like that, this was just gonna be capped on both sides with
Yes.
nitrogen in it and
Yes.
clean it out?
Capped and-
Just leave it?
Yeah, they'll leave it so that it doesn't cause infrastructure collapse of the road.
Right.
So TxDOT really we're using their guidelines for abandonment.
It's made
And
out
some
of,
of those lines are pretty big. TxDOT requires them to leave the line in place if it's cut.
it's made out of metal, right? Just
This one's fiber spar. It's probably inside metal casing though. Fiber spar is filled through, they'll feed it back through. So it's probably original was metal. And then the fiber spar goes through the metal.
And I'm sorry, I'm just,
No, it's
been through
okay.
this a lot of times, abandoned lines and all that, but I always
Yes.
ask questions on it. What's the lifeline of this pipe underneath before it collapses? 100 years, 200 years, do they,
Easily, on
50
the fiber spar, it could be up to 100 years
100 years?
before when it's cased. So
And after those 100 years, I'm sure Karnes County will still be here, would that
I
still
would
be?
think.
That's, whose responsibility would that be if it collapses after that?
The next commissioner's court.
The next, right, that's,
The next-
that's true. That's what I'm trying to prevent, trying to throw something
Yes.
on the next commissioner's court, exactly.
then it's down,
So
this
can they be
particular
held-
line is probably, I think I looked back at the research on it, it's 5.2 feet
Okay,
that they've gone down, so it's down pretty far.
and who installed this line to begin with? Repsol?
Barracuda.
Barracuda,
Oil and
Barracuda.
Gas, back in the day.
Being that if it doesn't last 100 years, lasts 60 years or something like that, and it starts failing, can we go back to them since we're agreeing to abandon it, or is it our baby?
It's all on them, it's theirs. It's gonna,
Perpetual?
they're saying it's their line, so
Forever.
unless Repsol gets bought
Or they
10
go
years from now,
or they
then
go
it'll go.
bankrupt or something like that, then it'd be the county's responsibility.
Yes. Repsol isn't that active, but they're active enough with some of the older facilities that they have, so.
Yeah, I know who they are. I got you. I'm just asking, Judge, just for the future, none of us would be sitting here, but just for the future in 50, 60 years, of who's gonna be responsible
know.
for it then? Or
And the
do
whole-
we- or
yes.
do we ask them to remove it and nobody's responsible for it, but that's a lot of work too, but, or maybe when all these lines are put in to begin with, the permit states, if you decide to abandon it, you cannot abandon, we will not agree to abandon it, you need to remove your lines.
And then go in and backfill it.
And backfill it to the regulations that we need,
Okay.
rather than
Yes.
letting them install these lines, and then we're stuck with agreeing with giving the problem to the next commissioner's court 50, 60, 80 years from now. I don't know, just, you know what I'm trying to say, like,
I do.
next permit, well,
Commissioner, in this case, we typically would rather them abandon it because being that the road's paved now, it would cause subsidence and all other problems. Typically, we're not running into those issues, but if we were to run into that, we just go out and make a pavement repair. This is actually, from our perspective, it's better because it keeps our road nice and flat and it doesn't risk anything right now.
That's a small line, 3-inch.
Right, 3 inch, 5 feet down, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have a problem.
I was just saying, because we've been through this before, and we've left bigger lines, abandoned.
Oh, we had
yeah,
a
this
big
was a
one in,
bigger line.
we had a big one in
That's the
22, it was an 8-inch.
Those are the ones I'm
through
kind of just,
Marathon.
I'm just brainstorming, I'm sorry, guys, I know this is a small line, but I'm just brainstorming.
That 8-inch,
here.
we required them to fill it with concrete all the way through. And that was a steel, that was
Yeah.
8-inch steel, and I forget what road it was on, but that was a significant size line.
Those are good, but, so this one's not gonna be filled with nothing, it's just
No,
gonna have
that's
nitrogen
because
in
it's
it?
so small, they'll just cap it and.
Okay. That's fine. But can we look into that maybe, Judge? I don't know exactly how, until the next time, to remove your line if you're gonna install
Sure.
one. Be responsible for what you're installing in our roads.
Sure,
Fully responsible, 100%.
100%,
Yeah,
yes.
100%.
That's all I have on this one.
And how long is this? 170?
175 feet, and that's from facility to facility. So the whole section under the road is
Just
probably
175,
22
okay.
foot under our right of way.
I'll make the motion to approve item number 10 as presented.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Okay, item number 11, discuss, approve, disapprove, review precincts for compliance according to section 42031 TEC during March or April of each odd-numbered year. Each Commissioner's Court shall determine whether the county election precincts comply with sections 42.005, 42.006, and 42.007. Beth?
Good morning, Court. Good morning, Judge. How are you? Good day?
Morning.
First day of early voting. Want to get that out there, go vote. All right, so what we have, I've put in your packet, the list of precincts. We have 15 voting precincts in the county. So you'll have the number of registered voters. So it's your job to look at how that complies with the laws and the statutes that I've given you, 42.005, 42.006, and 42.007. So we're looking at, for our county size, since we're under the threshold of 100,000, then we need to have 50 as the baseline for the minimum amount.
And we
So we
have
have
one.
one precinct that always is right at that 50, so it hasn't changed. So, and we're nowhere near the max amount of voters within a precinct, so we have never had to look at that top threshold. So basically, it's just looking at making sure we're in compliance and making sure that they're all within the correct districts, the correct commissioners, and all that kind of stuff, that according to those statutes.
If we had one that fell under the 50 threshold, then that no longer becomes a voting precinct?
And so the court would order for that precinct to be what they call totally consolidated with another, and that would have to fall within the statute, that it was the same commissioner, the same JP, everything the same. The same district for Board of Education, everything. So state reps, so yes.
Register a few more voters in that precinct so we can get off the line.
And that is, just to, for transparency, that's precinct 13 we're talking about. And we did a little research. I had Carol help me and tried to look through old records. And I talked to Miss Alba Jonas, and she said it was in the 90s that precinct 13 was taken away as far as a polling location because of the number of voters and not being able to have a polling location. And they combined it with precinct 12. So that was done back in the 90s already. And that's just for a polling location, but not legally consolidated. That's different. Okay? Any questions on?
If precinct 13 drops to 49 voters tomorrow, do we have to do something, or what we do now will be
Every odd year.
every odd year?
Every odd year, so yes. Every 2 years in the spring. And then redistricting, so this is not redistricting, just to make that clear. So redistricting is only done with the census, and that's every 10 years.
Make the motion to approve item number 11 as presented.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Porter.
Thank you, Beth. Item number 12, discuss approve, disapprove, designating 8 office chairs and 1 desk as surplus items and donating them to the Thriving Hearts Crisis Center's Office Furniture Drive, Guadalupe Valley Family Violence Shelter. Their EIN is 74-22-58-480. Doing business as DBA Thriving Hearts Crisis Center. Commissioner Beatrick.
Thank you, Judge. This started, I got an email from Bonnie Ramirez. She works over at Thriving Hearts Crisis Center. I think she used to work here with the county, so everyone should be familiar with it. The Thriving Hearts Crisis Center is opening a satellite location in the City Hall in Karnes City. They're going to be there a couple days a week to help service citizens in our area. They are having an office furniture drive to fill these 3 offices that they have, and they just kind of asked if anyone had stuff to donate. I was recently at the old Road and Bridge building when we were working with the e-waste, and I noticed there were several chairs there and desk as well that weren't being utilized. I reached out to Mr. Geisler at Road and Bridge, and I said, do y'all have plans for these? And he said, no, we're good at our current Road and Bridge facility. We don't have a use for these items. And so instead of watching them get bulldozed when we tear this building down in a few months, I thought it would be a great use to donate these items to continue to help people in our community. So.
I'll make a motion to approve item 12 as presented.
I'll second it.
First, you have to distinguish whether it's salvage or still some use to them. And then you have to determine that the organization you're giving it to is going to serve some purpose for the county, that you're getting something out of it. So, I mean, there's a two-part thing that you have to do as the court to vote on. First, determining that it's surplus, and then second, determining that the organization you're giving it to, they have a need for it, that the county's going to benefit in some way from it, either like they're removing it off their hands, it's not costing anything, and the county's getting something back from that organization that provides services for victims of domestic violence.
I think the commissioner here put right here, chairs and one desk as surplus items, so I think he designated that as surplus, and then we make a motion on there that's determining that we agree that it's surplus items. Okay. And then the other one, where they do, they're the Guadalupe Valley Violence Shelter, so they do help.
They do, and we support them through our budget as well.
Yes. So I
So do we
believe,
need to have two or just one approvals? Or
sorry?
motions? Do we have two or,
We had a motion and a second.
or do we need to have
I
two?
think it's written in here.
Right, but it's a two-part. First, you have to determine that it's surplus, so you vote that yes, it's surplus, and then two parts for you to.
Okay, so we have to have two. So I'll make a motion to designate 8 office chairs and 1 desk as surplus items.
I'll second it.
And I'll make a second motion to donate them to the Driving Hearts Crisis Center, Office Furniture Drive, Guadalupe Valley Family Violence Shelter.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got 2 motions and 2 seconds. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to those?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay, item number 13, discuss approve, disapprove award estimate for installing bronze aluminum storefront frame with 1/4 inch clear laminated glass on countertop size 419 inches by 52 inches at 200 East Calvert Annex for $18,097.17 using security upgrades expense number 100-500-573. Benny Lissy.
Well, back in 2022, TAC did a security survey.
They can't hear you. You need to turn your mic on speaking.
2020, is it on? No. In 2022, TAC did a security survey, and that was one of the recommendations that they made, was to put the security glass up in the tax building, and Miss Broadway contacted me and said she would like to have it up there as a second line of, I guess, defense or security. We got 2 bids. One was from Legends Glass for $19,904.41, and then one from East End Glass for $18,097.17.
Is it bulletproof glass?
No, it's shatter resistant or shatterproof laminated glass, like a windshield.
My concern with this kind of putting the cart before the horse, I think that we've got some major issues. Commissioner Beatrick has spent a lot of time in there, in the tax office, and I think that there's gonna be some significant remodel potentially that goes on in there, and I'd hate to waste $18,000 only to have to take all that down. And we have security there now.
No, security's not there full-time. And as far as remodeling, it's not gonna affect that counter.
So I have spent a lot of time in the tax office, and I have a lot of concerns about the building itself. I expressed those to both the judge and Commissioner Lissy. I'm concerned we have problems with the foundation in that building, and
We have glass and protect the employees of the county, it was on the agenda. The building itself is not on the agenda. Writing off. $18,000 to protect the employees of the county, nothing compared to the $3.5 million, sorry, Casey, we're gonna spend on an EMS building.
well,
Should be a no-brainer.
Vi, if I could finish, please. And if you'd like to come up to the mic, everyone could hear you. But So I don't get long-winded. I do believe this is an item that we should support. It is in the security report that was provided to the county, and it has not been done yet. I have concerns about the building itself. I expressed those. As long as we take safeguards to make sure this money's not wasted by this being damaged, it's going to be mounted in a solid frame with rubber gaskets, so making adjustments to the foundation, it should be okay. We spent the money to put the security door there. This is just a continuation of that security door.
That's correct.
So, and I agree, the tax collector and obviously the treasurer all agree that this is needed in this building. So,
I'm not arguing the fact that it's not needed, but we have a glass on there already, don't we? Is it, what kind of glass is that? Does anyone know?
It's just a place.
Plexiglass?
Yes.
Plexiglass? And I'm sorry, I don't pay a lot of attention when I walk in there to see how high it is, but how high is that off the counter? 2 or 3 foot already?
It's gonna be high enough where you can't reach.
No, not this one, the one that's on there already.
It's not very high.
42? Okay, and I apologize for not paying more attention to that. Thank you. And it's just plexiglass. So this one is a
Laminated.
shatterproof glass. And this is, the other one's plexiglass, this is shatterproof glass. What is it, what's the bid on for it? Like, what is it for? What's the difference of having the, and I'm asking because serious, what's the difference of having the plexiglass now and having this glass? Like, it's not bulletproof, right?
No, shatterproof glass is like it's your windshield. It won't, you could hit it with a hammer and it would break, but it's not gonna knock it out. It's what TAC recommended that we put in there.
There's a recommendation from TAC
Yes.
to do that, to do this right here?
Since 2022. We got 500,000 in the budget for security. And I agree with Vi, it's something that needs to be done. Any more discussion?
I would agree that with Commissioner Beatrick, that the building, obviously, the foundation is and probably gonna be used of some repair, the building itself. You know, I've also been in the tax office quite a bit, and I've heard a lot of the employees that work there have asked for something. You know, they do have a door, but this is something also that I think that while it won't completely kill or fix the issue that we're gonna have there, it will give a sense of security for them. And I think it would be something that I will support for this. So I'll make a motion to approve item 13 and award the estimate for the installing bronze aluminum storefront frame with 1/4-inch clear laminated glass on countertop, size 419 inches by 52 inches at 200 East Calvert Annex for $18,097.17. Use the security upgrade expense number 100-500-5732.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Any opposed? I'm opposed. I just think that it's, I think we're gonna waste that money.
I'm opposed to that, and I always explain why I'm opposed, not because I don't think they need the security, not because I don't think that TAC, maybe because I haven't done 100% my homework, and I apologize to the public for that, but we have a lot of offices without that and everything, and I'm gonna call TAC and say, why did you choose that office and not all the other offices? We have judges' office without that glass under, we have all kinds of offices. So I want to take this time to ask TAC, why didn't you choose everybody? Not because I'm going against them, I'm not, I love them to death, I love everyone. But I want to see why wasn't everybody included in that by TAC?
Yeah, there's a lot of money that goes through there.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it was super important for me to get security over there. And, but like I said, I 100% support doing this for the protection of our employees over there. However, I do not believe that it's the right time. That's enough.
The security, Judge, I agree with that. I'm 100% for the human security, the
Yeah.
person out there. I've always backed that up. Years ago, when I sat here and everything, I said, I'd rather have a person securing you than glass. I just believe that a person can do a good job. And he doesn't just, or she doesn't just protect the employees, they protect the public too.
Yeah.
So everybody's protected by having a person out there, a human body.
Okay. I think that the vote carries. Commissioner
Yes.
Beatrick, you were in favor?
I was, sir.
And Commissioner Geisler, you're in favor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, motion carries 3-2. Item number 14, acknowledge the retirement of County Clerk Carol Sweezy to be effective May 23rd, 2025. Ms. Sweezy, would you like to read something to us?
That's cute. Yeah, Vi already told me she hated me, so. Okay. It has been a great honor to serve as county clerk for the people of Karnes County. After much reflection, I am announcing my decision to retire from my position effective May 23rd, 2025. I am confident that the work will continue in capable hands and the office of county clerk will maintain continuity and exceptional service to the public.
How many years, Carol?
Almost 15.
Almost 15. Quite a ride.
I was a baby when I started.
Okay, any discussion from the court?
Judge Kim Hat?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I've served with you mostly all those years. You've done a wonderful job. We've always gotten along. Every time that I've gone to your office, they have always taken care of us, always taken care of Commissioner's Court. You've always done your job higher than needed. You're available, always been available to me 7 days a week, and I'm sure to all the Commissioners Court. I've served through a lot of courts, and you've taken care of a lot of Commissioners Court groups, and we really appreciate it. And personally, I love you.
Thank you.
And thank you for all the hard work.
Yeah, thank you, Carol.
Carol, thank you for your service and all the time you put into it.
Okay, item number 15, discuss, approve, disapprove, consider, and take appropriate action to appoint Jamie Liao as county clerk to serve the remainder of the unexpired term ending December 31st, 2026, with the swearing in to take place on May 23rd, 2025 at 3 p.m. Carol?
I would respectfully request the court to appoint Jamie to fill the rest of the term, which ends in 2026. Jamie's been with me since June of 2011 with just about a 1.5 year break in there for family time. But she's been there. She knows everything there is to know about the office. I have full confidence and faith in her abilities to continue doing the same things in the office and to run the office efficiently and effectively. And so I just would respectfully ask the court to appoint her to do that. Please.
I personally don't have a problem with that. If that's, you choose to take your place right there, then you best of all know who's gonna be best to take your seat.
I don't think there would be anyone more qualified than her to do that.
I have no issue with that.
I work hand in hand with Carol and obviously Jamie so much with criminal court, as well as all the commissioners court, and Jamie does an incredible job. Incredible job.
Well, I'll move we approve.
I'll second it.
Ms. Tapia, would it be an issue for me voting one way or another? Would that be perceived as endorsing in the future? I cannot. I know commissioners can. I'm going to abstain anyways, just to make sure that I don't cross any line there. I know commissioners can endorse, but judges cannot endorse.
Understand.
So, but I feel like I've stated what I needed to state. Okay.
Great.
So we have a motion. Is there a second? Did we get it? Second over there. Okay. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? One abstain. Congratulations, Ms. Liao. Congratulations.
Thank you
Ms.
so much.
Sweezy. Okay, item number 16 is our consent agenda. We have our reports from JP Precinct 1 our district clerk, elections, EMS, maintenance, constables in precinct 1 and 3.
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Do we need to pull any of those reports to discuss on item number 17? If not, let's have our updates from our commissioners, starting precinct 1, Commissioner Beatrick.
Thank you, Judge. I met with Jaime from the city of Kennedy about the EMS training facility. He was able to confirm that the alleyway indicated on our engineering documents is also on the city map, and that there is a 6-inch sewer line running through it. So I'm waiting to hear back if there are any other utilities running in that area right now. I worked with Jimmy and Patrick to palletize the electronic declared surplus at our last Commissioners Court. We ended up with several pallets that have been picked up by VH TechWorks. I met with members of the public to discuss how a community center could benefit the residents of Karnes County. I attended the Kennedy Chamber's second Friday morning mingle. I had my budget preparation meeting with the judge. I worked with Spectrum and AT&T to identify the owner of a downed line on County Road 246 and verified AT&T has removed the surplus wire from the bar ditch. I got a good workout the other day with the crew from Road and Bridge at the hazardous waste disposal. We took in about 1.5 semi-trailers full of tires, and those guys worked hard, and they didn't make a fuss about the trailers showing up late. Yeah. I finished reviewing the information from the county library director provided to me, and I attended the library board meeting. The board was satisfied with the agreements that were established in 1988 by the city councils and the commissioners court. So I shared these agreements with the city of Kennedy and Karnes city managers. I met with Bonnie Ramirez from Thriving Hearts Crisis Center to view their satellite office in Karnes City, and then I moved several chairs and desks from the old Road and Bridge building to our Market Street office, anticipating we would declare them surplus. As far as work projects in Precinct 1, the contractors are finishing up the base work on County Road 181 with plans to pave in a few weeks. Contractors have completed their work on County Road 160. Road and Bridge is going to go back to tie in the ditches, widen the road, and then overlay it. Thursday, the Karnes City Rotary Club is having their Black Gold Shootout at the Youth Showgrounds. And this Saturday is the South Texas Barbecue Bash. They're having their annual free event. Everyone is welcome to attend. Lots of good free food. That's all I had, sir.
Hopefully, good free food. All right, Commissioner Precinct 2.
All right, let's see. First of all, I would like to thank all of our county employees for all the work and good work that they do. And I'd like to thank State Representative Ryan Guillen and State Senator Judith Zaffarini for hosting Karnes County Day at the Capitol. It was a very productive day. We had meetings with TxDOT and Texas Parks and Wildlife. We got a lot of information about what TxDOT has got planned and about grants that are available. And County Road 254 is putting in a big box culvert, processing base material and installing a culvert on FM 887. And County Road 264, same as processing base material and installing another culvert on FM 887. And over the weekend, my daughter and I cleaned mowed and trimmed the Hobson Cemetery #1. That most people don't know that there's two cemeteries in Hobson. And that cemetery was donated by my grandfather, Pete Pilarczyk, long time ago, back in the early 40s. And that's all I've got right now, and God bless America.
Okay, Commissioner Rosales, Precinct 3.
Good morning. On the county roads, County Road 273, 274, 275, 261 have been bladed. County Roads 311, 312, 313 will be paved next week. County Road 304 is being bladed now. County Road 384 was paved 2 weeks ago. Also, County Road 279, 278, 280, 281 have been zipped and cement stabilized and have been hauled out with the 6 inches of base. Contractors will be going to these roads and doing drainage, and Karnes County Road and Bridge Department will be fine blading these roads this week to begin paving on 429-25 to 5125. That's what I have on the county roads, and I know that I'm also gonna express something personal. I'm called all the time on an everyday basis to see how I'm doing, and I'll just say it in public. I went for, I'm pretty excited, but I went for a checkup last week at MD Anderson. Everything came out 100% clear. They said I'm on point, I'm good and everything, and I was really enjoying everything. I was happy, and about 37 hours afterwards. So if you have prayers, I ask to send these prayers to this person. My sister was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. And so if there's any prayers that were thrown out at me, please give them to my sister. Her name is Diane Benavides. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner. We will pray. Commissioner Giefler.
Good morning, everyone. County Road 106, 104, that project has been completed. I'd like to thank Road and Bridges for stopping, and specifically the engineer for asking them to widen that out. That's it's going to be a really big improvement. County Road 107, 104, they started improving the drainage. They've got trucks and backhoe equipment out there on the ground. County Road 130 is completed. I would also like to say I attended the Karnes County Day at the Capitol. There was a lot of information we got from Texas Parks and Wildlife about grants and funding that's coming up. So we're really excited about that. That's all I've got, Judge.
Thank you. Item number 19, discuss acknowledgement of personnel changes. We don't have any new hires or promotions, transfers, reassignments. We did have one resignation in the tax office, no retirements. We're currently hiring emergency management coordinator. How many apps do we have? 4 so far. And have had several other phone calls, so I'm excited about that. Facility security. Karnes Wilson Juvenile Probation Department needs attendance specialist, HHSC admin. That is a part-time position. We need a prevention specialist, ropes facilitator. Sheriff's Department needs jailers. Couple of more patrol deputies. Is that what we're down to? 2, roughly. So those are filling. Great job. And tax office needs a deputy clerk, and this is a report that is current as of tax day on the 15th. Item number 20, payment of bills.
All right, Court, I gave y'all a revised list today. There was one bill that TAC had paid. It was on page 2 of the original list for the claim that we have on file. So the general fund revised amount we're paying is $142,442.39. Senate Bill 22, we're reimbursing the state back $179,653.27. That was $175,000 for the prosecutor's office last year and the interest we earned. And the total bills for the road and bridges, $1,110,113.99, which gives us total to be paid today is $1,444,546.31.
Out of the non-departmental, so are we paying the $5,867.50?
No, sir, we just struck, that's why I gave you a revised bill list, and that was paid by TAC. So that was just submitted to us for supporting documentation.
But we did pay the other
$5,000.
$5,000.
Yes, sir.
Claim deductible.
I'll make the motion to pay the bills as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 21, acknowledge Commissioners Court will meet on May 13th, 2025 at 9 a.m. right here in the Karnes County Historic Courtroom at 101 North Panna Maria Avenue, Suite 200. Karnes City, Texas, 78118. Item number 22, motion to adjourn.